Hello, I'm Rashi Goyal and I'm legal intern at Lexis & Company. In this video, I'll be talking about judicial separation. So let me give you an overview what I'll be discussing. I'll be discussing what is judicial separation, what are the grounds for judicial separation, and who can file the petition for judicial separation. Now question is, what is judicial separation? Judicial separation is a medium under law which gives time for the self-analysis to both the parties who are disturbed by their married life. Under law, it gives a chance to both husband and wife to rethink about their relationship while at the same time guiding and telling them how to live separately. By doing this, the law allows both of them to have a free space and an independence to think about their future path, and it's a last option before the dissolution of marriage. Section 10 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955 provides for judicial separation for both the spouses who are married under Hindu Marriage Act 1955. They can also claim relief for judicial separation by filing a petition in a court. And once the order is passed, they are not bound to have it. Now, let's talk about who can file petition for judicial separation. Any spouse who is hurt by another spouse can file a petition for judicial separation in district court under section 10 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955. But there are certain conditions which have to be fulfilled before filing such petition. So, the first condition is the marriage between husband and wife should be celebrated properly under the Hindu Marriage Act 1955. So, second condition is the respondent should be settled in the jurisdiction of the court where the petitioner filed the petition. And third condition could be the last condition, which is the husband and wife lived together for a particular period of time before filing the petition. If these grounds are fulfilled, then once any spouse can file petition of judicial separation. Also, every petition should be filed in accordance with Order 7, Rule 1 of Civil Procedure Code 1973. And petition should contain certain important things. First is the date and place of marriage. One who is filing the petition for judicial separation have to mention the date and place of marriage in the petition. Second condition is the person should be Hindu. Person who is filing the petition should attach a document or affidavit which states that he or she is Hindu. Then he or she is eligible to file the petition. Third is name, status, and address of both the parties. Person who is filing the petition should mention name of both the parties and their addresses. Fourth is name, date of birth, gender of the child, if any. The person who is filing petition for judicial separation have to mention about their child if they have any. The child's date of birth, child's name, child's gender, that all should be mentioned in the petition. Fifth condition is details of litigations which is filed before filing the decree of judicial separation or divorce. And sixth and last is for the judicial separation that the evidence should prove the grounds. So now let's talk about the grounds for judicial separation. The judicial sanction or separation creates many rights and obligations. A decree or an order for judicial separation permits the parties to live apart. There would be no obligation for either party to cohabitate with the other. Mutual rights and obligations arising out of marriages are suspended, and the decree, however, does not serve or dissolve the marriage. It affords an opportunity for the reconciliation and the adjustment. Though judicial separation after certain period may become ground for divorce, it is not necessary and the parties are not bound to have recourse to that remedy, and the parties can live keeping their statuses as wife and husband till their lifetimes. Section 10 of the Act says that the spouse can file a petition for judicial separation on certain basic grounds. First ground is adultery, which is defined under Section 13, Clause 1, Subclause I. It means that where any of the spouses voluntarily had sexual intercourse with any other person except his or her spouse. Here, the aggrieved party can claim the relief, but the intercourse should be placed after the marriage. Now, the second ground could be cruelty, which is defined under Section 13, Clause 1, Subclause I, under A, which says that when the spouse treats his or her partner with cruelty or inflicts any mental or physical pain after the marriage, then the sufferer can file petition on the grounds of cruelty. Third ground could be desertion, which is defined under Section 13, Clause 1, Subclause I and B. In this, it is defined that if the spouses left the spouse for any reason without informing him or her for not less than 2 years of period before filing the petition, then desertion gives the right to claim relief for judicial separation for the hurt party. Fourth ground could be conversion, which is defined under Section 13, Clause 1, Subclause 2. It says that if any spouse gets converted into any other religion other than Hindu, then the other spouse can file petition for judicial separation. Fifth ground could be unsoundness of mind, which is defined under Section 13, Clause 1, Subclause 3. It says that if any spouse in a marriage is suffering from any mental disease which is difficult for the other spouse to live with the sufferer, the spouse can claim relief for the judicial separation under this ground. Sixth could be venereal diseases. Section 13, Clause 1, Subclause 5 says that if any party to a marriage or a spouse have any type of diseases which is incurable and communicable and the spouse does not know about the fact at the time of the marriage, then it could be a valid ground for seeking petition for judicial separation. And another ground could be if spouse has renounced the world, which is defined under Section 13, Clause 1, Subclause 6. In Hindu law, by renouncing the world means sannyas. Abundance from the world conveys that the person has given up the world and leading the holy life, then he or she is considered a civil dead. If a spouse renounces the world to live a holy life, then his and her partner can file a judicial separation petition. And the last ground could be civil death or a presumed death, which is defined under Section 13, Clause 1, Subclause 7. It says that if a person is not found for more than 7 years, then and even their relatives haven't heard from him or her, then it is believed that he or she may be dead. Here, in that case, the other spouse can file a judicial separation petition. Thank you for watching my video. I hope all of you are doing great and staying safe and healthy. It's my humble request to everyone to please go and get vaccinated as soon as possible. And if you are vaccinated, please don't forget to wear your mask and follow the social distancing norms. And if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to let me know your feedback in the comment section. Thank you. Have a great day.